Anyhow, here we go. I suppose I'm trying to get a little bit of light on this. I don't want it to be too dark. But I want to get a little bit of shape of those trees up the front, up the top. And I haven't got my other light because I've got a flat globe. So what I'm doing here, I'm trying to get some colour onto the paint so I know where my paint is. So I can see the colour on my paint. Yeah, look. I want to get some darks in there in that trunk too. It's a matter of working out the colours, and I don't want to do that. I'm a slow motion man, and I'm not a super duper painter. I just love painting, and believe it or not, I've been painting for over 50 years, and pretty full on. Not that I've been I've had businesses in, with my painting and that sort of thing, you know. Well, this is still a business anyhow. This here, you know, still use this. This is still a business, but it's not like it's been my daily routine thing. I paint probably more now as I've got older than I did when I was younger, you know. And I live in a tourist town, so you know, I can sort of do a bit of stuff. And outside. Anyhow, I'm not going to go into that stuff. I need to get these little, I need to get some of those things going, some of those branches. So I'll get a little bit of magenta, a little bit of cerulean blue. I'm going to use a little bit of raw sienna in it. I wonder what a bit of raw sienna will do. Let's have a look. Well, I think that'll be nice. That'll be nice in the dark areas. Let's have a look. Or is it too red? No, I don't think it is. It could have a little bit more blue in it though. Don't get too serious here, Peter. You know, I've got to try and get those branches somehow working. And I don't like that already. See that? Because it looks so bloody stiff, like a bloody, well, I won't go into it. It's just not right like it is. Yeah, so we've got to try and find those branches under that paint, and that colour's going to sit alright. That colour will sit alright there. I can move that colour around a little bit. It's a nice colour actually. And you know, at the end of the day, it's like, it's what sits right with the artist, isn't it? You know, it's not all about, where's that one going? We'll get the pointy sable for that one. What we'll do, get a little bit of oil in that. See a little bit of that bloody liquid too, because I don't want it bloody alright. Don't wet that piece, Peter. No. Now let's get a bigger brush here because I don't want to play around with that either. So what we'll do is we'll get that in there so I can have that main trunk area coming down there, see? Take that one around there. I'm trying to get some dark in there because I've got nothing to work with. with the lights. If I've got it light, if you can understand that. You know, so you need to have some dark in there to have something to work with. Yeah, oh Jesus, I don't like that thickness of that one, but anyhow, I'm gonna go a little bit bigger with that anyhow. Alright, and then there we go. I might even take that one down a little bit too. Take that one down a little bit. Alright, we've got a little bit there to work with. Actually, this is the fun part of the painting. It's a pretty good time playing around with this stuff here. And like I've always said, nothing's ever set in bloody concrete in here. You can do what you like. And you do anyhow. When you're painting, you'll be painting to make yourself feel good. So every time you put a stroke on a canvas, you'll be wanting it to make you feel good. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing it. So that's the thing that sets your composition, your colours, and the whole thing. You know, like that emotional response to the colour and the composition that you put in your painting. So yeah, that was sirloin blue, magenta, that. A little bit of raw sienna. It actually sat really well with that. And but we've got a we're going to get some skinny little branches in there somewhere. I don't know where that one's come from. But we're going to go and take that one down in there, eh? And then we'll take that one up there. Put a bit of a bend in it because it just looks shitty when it's not right, when it's got that horrible angle to it. Like that tree, that one there, it's got a horrible angle to it, which makes me feel not right. I don't even know whether I should print some around there. That might change that. How's that? Let's change the feel of that now. That's not good. So we'll take that bit out there. I will leave it there, but run that there. And what I'll do is I'll put a bit of that green in there, because we don't want that bit in there. Put some ultra in there too and just move that around so we get that away from there. No. Put that in there. No. See how powerful white is? That's why they tell you to keep the white paint out of your painting as long as you can. And then you've got somewhere to go with, especially with your tints and stuff when you're going down onto the finished sort of article. But anyhow, it's like you know, you put a light against the dark and it makes the dark darker. Put a dark against the light and it'll make the light brighter. So if you do that you can sort of work that out with your colours when you're doing your colours. You sort of got something to work with. Alright. I play around. I mean, you know, for hours. I mean, if I'd have to fast you know, speed it up on the thing to really show you the full thing, because I love playing around with colour, you know, and so it just changes like dramatically, you know, my paintings. I don't even like the feel of that, so what I'll do is I'll look for a bit of that raw sienna, but I'm not going to go diving in there now looking for it, because I know it's not there. It's there somewhere, but I'm not looking for it, because I'm very terrible at organising my colours, you know what I mean? Know what I mean, man, Lola? That's, oh God, what did I do there? I don't know, it's a nice colour, whatever it is, but I'm not going to have it there. But I'll tell you what, you can do the same thing too. You play around with your colour, just don't get too far ahead of yourself when you're moving your colours around, because if you get too Luna Parky, you'll have to put it down and get away from it, because at the end of the day you'll just chase it all day long. You won't get it, and it'll turn you off, the bloody thing. And at the end of the day, that's what turns new members off, you know, people that are just learning, because when they start playing around with their paint and they see it bloody turn into Luna Park, or you know, they've got some terrific bright green in there for the green or something, and don't get me wrong, there's some very powerful greens. Green's pretty hard one to conquer, really. You know, green is a pretty hard colour to conquer. And you know, but I think something somewhere on YouTube, I don't know where it was, but someone was saying that, you know, green's yellow, and look, at the end of the day, green's yellow. So you know where to start with your colour, don't you? You know, when you got your you know, as long as you got your green and your blue, you know, green and blue makes yellow, and then there's a whole pile of greens. You can go warm and go cool, you know, dark, light, boom, you know, there's just so many things. See, once you get a little bit of a handle on that, on the colour and the lights and the darks. And I'll tell you what I think too, I think when people are learning, they're scared to go dark. A bit like in watercolours, even though in oils they get scared to go dark. You know, because you're looking for that colour. You're looking for that, you want to see that colour, you want to see that green, but you know, you don't think of that green as being that dark. And you know, so yeah, it's it can be very, very, very dark. And you can use blacking for darkening, but I find that, you know, I only use it for the very dark darks, and the same as most painters. I mean, otherwise I don't even use it, you know. And if you want a black that's black, lamp black's probably the best out of a lot of them. But I mean, you don't really use it that much. You know, I'm fighting here with this, but I'm not panicking. You know, you'll only go down when you panic. Don't panic, you're right. So you just play around, and you just move colour around, mix a bit, put a bit on, put a bit off, on, and then you can do you think, you know, I think that one was that's a nice little colour that in there. I'll keep that around, I'll keep that in there. That raw sienna, raw sienna. It's a beautiful colour. Bit like yellow ochre, isn't it? Like, they can make real subtle greens, you know, like real flat, nice flat greens, if that's what you want to call it. I don't know. Yeah, just keep playing around with it, move it around, scrape the paint across the top. You know, you can always, if you want to come forward with some colour, a little bit of thick colour or whatever, you know, so put a little bit of that colour in there, but not much. And look at that, yuck. Okay, just keep it right like that. Anyhow, don't go too far with it. Yeah, soften that edge up on the sky. Bring that down there a bit. You've got white in that brush, mate, and when you're putting white on there, it's just those little subtle darkish type tones that I put in there get killed by the white. So don't do that, Peter. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Well, I don't think we're getting far, are we, eh? But anyhow, this is me morning thing before I go down the river. I'll be going down the river after. Going to be a reasonably nice sort of day. So we've got to go down and do a little bit. But anyhow, what I'll do is I just have a go with this. Just touch a little bit of light here and there, and then put a little bit of light in the water. A little bit of light there, a little bit of light there. Give that a bit of a dry. Then pull it across, give it that blur. That's all you're doing. When you're doing that, you're only doing it very soft. Alright? Very soft, hardly touching the, just running it across the top of the paint. Okay. How's it going in here? God, we're going 18 minutes already. God. Jesus. Alright. Okay. Oh yes, we've got to pull that one in too, eh? We've got to pull that one in dark too. A bit of raw sienna. Okay, and we'll just pull that one in there. Yep. Yeah, just give it a little bit of subtleness. Okay. Give it that one. Come down there. Yeah, so alright, we can do that there. It's pretty dark in there, isn't it? So we could almost go very dark. So we can go and put a bit of ultramarine blue in there. And a little bit of dark in there. Okay, that's got a little squashy little gooey thing there. There's a little bit of, what have we got in there? Oh, we've got some little burls, some little marks there. And one there, little dark mark there.